I will live to piss on his grave, even if I'm going to walk.
So I've been listening to this audio book called Jesus and the Disinherited. It's basically about how Jesus and his life and his teachings have like practical everyday applications, specifically to people who are like in oppressed or disenfranchised communities. And there's this whole chapter that he spends on just the concept of hate, what it is, how it starts, how it spreads, this, that, and the third. And I think we don't acknowledge like how beneficial in a way hatred can be. So like when he was describing how hatred forms and how it starts, he described all of the good things that can come from it. Like, you know, people get a sense of self, a sense of identity by hating something or like being opposed to somebody or someone, this, that, and the third. And it does give you an energy. And he spoke about how hatred can feel good and, you know, it can motivate you. And, you know, like we saw that in the original video that I'm stitching. God said it doesn't matter like how long he lives, he's going to live to piss on somebody else's grave type thing. But towards the end of the chapter, he kind of just basically breaks down why hatred is self-defeating. I mean, once hatred is released, it can't be controlled to just the person that you intended to send it towards. Like, it's not like that. It starts like that, but then that hateful spirit, that hateful energy, like infests the rest of your life. Because to be a loving person and to have somebody that you hate, like those two like personality traits can't really exist. Because on one hand, like love is life affirming and hatred is the denial of life and humanity. A great example to me of this is the life affirming behavior of, you know, the white brethren in this group that they have towards each other, where it's mutual love and respect. But the life negating attitude that they have for this one particular individual right here, who I'm assuming is a person of color, it kind of nullifies that, you know. And that's just an extreme example, but like the point is like it hatred allows you to like get away with things that you know morally aren't right for yourself, but because you hate this person, you kind of like dehumanize them in a way that you don't think they're worth like caring for. So it can cause you to do some things. But at the end of the chapter, he described like the biggest reason that Jesus rejected hatred. And it wasn't because like he didn't have the strength or the ability to hate his oppressor. It was the fact that like hatred kind of like consumes the person who is actively hating something, meaning that like you devote your time, your money, or not your money, but your time, your spirit, and your energy to that person, and that kind of like it disconnects you from, you know, the world in a sense, you know, God, the Holy Spirit, that love and creativity that's in the universe. You can't really be that productive as far as like creating and coming up with new ideas when you spend 90% of your time hating another person. You know how it is, bro. Like people get on here every day on the internet arguing with people that they disagree with, when they could have been on here creating some funny content or sharing some knowledge or creating art and sharing it with people. You know what I mean? Like, nah, hatred is death to the mind, death to the spirit, and death to communion with the I ain't gonna call it God. I'm gonna call it the eternal good vibe, you know. Happy Sunday.